This audiobook uncovers the timeless principles that govern existence, not through relentless toil, but through the subtle power of vibration. You'll learn why your deepest aspirations remain elusive, how to leap into new realities in an instant, and the profound shift that occurs when you cease pursuing destiny and instead emerge as the architect who shapes it. Once you grasp this, your entire perspective will evolve irreversibly. In an era saturated with chaos, interruptions, and perpetual hustle, a profound essence has slipped from memory. Not concealed or seized, merely overlooked, like a dormant ember beneath the weight of societal norms. This innate authority lingers just beyond the facade of your perceived self, impervious to eras or events. No classroom ever illuminated this truth for you. No mentor proclaimed, "Here resides your ultimate strength." Thus, like countless others, you turned outward for solutions, for affirmation, for license to transcend. Yet the reality is profound. The essence you've scoured the external world for has always dwelled within, observing patiently. It never departed. It simply awaited your rediscovery. Understand this. You were engineered not for hardship, but for harmony. The myth that triumph demands agony, that affection requires merit, or that value stems from strain is a profound deception. The genuine revelation is both exquisite and daunting. Power isn't something you acquire, it's inherent. Every triumph and setback in your journey mirrors your proximity to or distance from this core insight. Existence doesn't mold to your wishes, it echoes your essence. And your essence transcends routines or societal masks. It isn't defined by history, missteps, or ambitions. It's the pure consciousness observing it all, the generative essence that envisions, perceives, and affirms. This essence defies human limits. It's boundless, ethereal. It communicates via resonance, not rhetoric. Countless souls traverse existence without tapping this depth. They respond rather than initiate. They endeavor to reshape the cosmos while forgetting they are its origin. Their struggles arise not from inadequacy or unworthiness, but from adhering to borrowed maps. You weren't crafted to trail. You were destined to forge. This marks the dawn of your reclamation. That gentle inner yearning, murmuring of untapped potential, isn't fantasy. It's the beacon, the summons, the inner creator urging awakening. For, upon awakening, life's lens alters eternally. You'll perceive that existence isn't opposing you, it's replicating you. Each postponement, deviation, or collapse has echoed your internal harmony, not mere deeds. In this epiphany, the paradigm transforms. You cease manipulating elements. You evolve into the designer of the canvas. This isn't reinvention. It's excavation, peeling away imposed burdens to reveal not a refined self, but the primal you, the one who doesn't pursue, doesn't implore, but manifests. This is the creator code, ignited by reclaiming your authentic being. A subtle instant arises, often serene and seemingly ordinary, when you grasp that all your pursuits have distanced you from fulfillment. Rather than drawing it near, you intensify, propel, scheme, and surge onward. Yet, regardless of discipline or resolve, the objective perpetually eludes grasp, receding like a desert illusion, glimmering with allure, yet vanishing upon approach. In that weary hush of concession, an ancient whisper emerges from the void. You were never intended to pursue, only to originate. This insight transcends manuals or motivational platitudes. It surges from your core, the realm you've neglected amid your quests. Your labors falter not from flaws, but from misalignment with your innate blueprint. You weren't constructed to chase existence, to plead for dreams, or to audition for dignity. You were forged to emanate reality from within. And upon recollecting this, the hunt dissolves. Pursuit signals to the cosmos that possession is absent. That signal morphs into your resonance. That resonance crystallizes as experience. It's impartial. It's principle. The cosmos heeds not your yearnings, but your prevailing emission. Thus, while your declarations affirm abundance, your aura broadcasts scarcity. While your voice claims love, your oscillation proclaims incompleteness. And with flawless fidelity, the cosmos echoes that emission. Yet, creation alters the dynamic. You halt grasping. You commence emanating. You don't solicit prospects, you morph into the magnetism that summons them. Akin to a star that doesn't compel galaxies to revolve, it merely radiates, and its glow suffices. Creation transcends spectacle, its essence. It's the unspoken directive of harmony. It's the realm where aspirations cease as fantasies and evolve into facets of your core. You don't strive to summon them, you inhabit them. You abandon becoming and acknowledge you already embody. This perceptual pivot converts the external arena from conflict to echo, and the echo reveals solely what you nurture within. Creators require no endorsement, they harbor conviction, and existence restructures around their assurance. This isn't conceit, it's synchronization. It's the serene poise of one who transcends pursuit. They've surpassed the necessity for validation, for they are the validation. Upon halting the chase, reality commences pursuing you. Connections, openings, serendipities, all orbit the aura of one who recollects their essence. Not through coercion, but through attunement. Dreams aren't prey to hunt, they're essences to infuse into being, to mold from insight, to inhabit as an eternal abode. The potency resided not in pursuit, but in recollection. And now, you've recollected. There's an odd dignity in adversity. Society glorifies toil as a medal, romanticizes exertion, elevates the torment of ascent. Greater fatigue implies greater merit. Fiercer opposition signifies nobler quests. Yet beneath this tale lurks a stark verity. Effort signifies not strength, but often discord with your authentic design. In the realm of energy, deception falters. Alignment yields fluidity. Misalignment breeds friction. That friction isn't trial, it's guidance. Effort, in its commonplace guise, is a silent outcry. This isn't harmonious. Not that the aspiration errs, but the vibration does. You don't compel reality via might. You harmonize with it through attunement. When your core state mismatches your pursuit, effort bridges the chasm with motion. Yet no matter the thrust, the base quakes. You're constructing on shifting sands, not steadfast verity. Alignment renders the unattainable seamless, not by altering routes, but by transforming the traveler. Alignment's precision fosters collaboration from existence, not confrontation. Ideal allies emerge, prospects unfurl impeccably. Portals unlock preemptively, not from battle, but from resonance. This transcends idleness, its efficacy. It's comprehending creation's tenets and declining substandard operations. The cosmos stirs, not from exertion, but from emission. That emission springs not from perspiration, but from essence, the essence of conviction, of presence, of dwelling as one who possesses what others pursue. Effort surfaces when you're not yet that iteration, still bargaining with reality rather than manifesting it through harmony. Misalignment manifests as striving, extending, ceaseless activity to offset unbeing. Observe nature. Flora doesn't strain for growth. Waterways don't battle oceanward. Creation's elements glide gracefully when honoring intent. You mirror this. Greater alignment yields lesser compulsion. Lesser compulsion yields greater abundance. This isn't ethereal whimsy, it's energetic efficiency. Misalignment drains, bewilders, postpones. Alignment magnetizes, elucidates, accelerates. Thus, upon encountering fatigue, depletion, stagnation, halt. The remedy isn't intensified push, it's realignment. For truly, upon ceasing opposition to what's inherently yours, it surges forth unhindered, rendering effort obsolete as harmony shoulders the burden. You entered a realm that directed your gaze outward for esteem, veracity, validation of sufficiency. Institutions from academia to faith to broadcasts conditioned your focus on external happenings, disregarding the sole genesis of reality within. Thus commences the snare, the delusion that external alterations precede internal security, liberty, or satisfaction. You morph into a wanderer in an endless labyrinth of reflections, pursuing illusions and pondering perpetual discontent. The external snare lies not in its existence, but in perceiving it as autonomous. That life imposes upon you, circumstances as origins, your state as consequence. Embracing this fallacy relinquishes authority. You await affection rather than embodying it. You anticipate prosperity instead of emanating it. You grow reactive, not generative, rendering all surroundings permission slips for self-approval. Yet verity declares, the external realm is a canvas, a projection, a lagged echo of your inner essence. It's not life's cause, it's the reverberation. Your cognitions, convictions, selfhood, they constitute the primal emission. The world merely replays it with impeccable accuracy. Forgetting this prompts rearranging the reflection rather than altering the origin. Struggle intensifies. You attempt reshaping individuals, scenarios, markets, systems, channeling vigor into external manipulation. Akin to sculpting clouds manually, yet the heavens yield not to pressure, but to ambiance. Your inner realm is the climate crafting the skies you traverse. Escaping the snare demands inward pivot, not evasion, but reclamation. Reclaim the cradle of all origination, not the overthinking intellect, but the observing awareness. Not the reactive ego, but the commanding core. Redirecting attention from external voids to internal resonances alters the dynamic. You cease reacting to existence. You commence authoring it. The visible world lags perpetually. It's yesterday's news, a chronicle of former selves. Reacting to present perpetuates loops. Liberation is straightforward, yet revolutionary. Cease permitting the mirror to define you. Affirm your essence. Permit the mirror to adapt. Authority never resided in worldly acquisitions. It always dwelled in emanations toward it. The snare is crediting the world with your creation. Liberation is acknowledging you forged the world. Upon recollection, escape becomes superfluous. You ascend until the labyrinth fades below. Prior to self-selection, the world imposed definitions, labels, norms, anticipations, all couched in constraint. Be pragmatic, know your station, conform. Unwittingly, you inherited a persona forged from others' apprehensions, eventually dubbing it self, yet it wasn't. It never was. What you deem personality often comprises programmed reactions via repetition. That's not essence. That's imprinting, and it veils your genuine nature beneath clamor. Imprinting arrives disguised in affection, heritage, acclaim, incentive. You discern what elicits smiles, commendation, security. Thus, unwittingly, you barter authenticity for inclusion, genuineness for endorsement, potency for consent. You learn to stifle disconnection queries, prioritizing acceptance over liberty. Consequently, your authentic self diminishes, not from frailty, but from stunted visibility. The untamed, infinite, captivating creator within succumbs to edicts like, "That's unrealistic," or "Who are you to aspire?" So you dim, assimilate, adapt, mastering survival in a paradigm crafted by those who forgot their creative essence. Yet truth endures undying. It bides beneath habits, concealed in rituals, murmuring via discontent. Each sensation of absence isn't defeat. It's your true self beckoning, not verbally, but through yearning. Not lucidly, but via tension. The pang isn't malfunction, it's arousal. You weren't molded by the world, you were to mold it via presence. Yet you can't while enacting assigned roles over innate identity. Those roles confine you to diminutiveness, security, silence, engineered to enforce a forgetful system. Unveiling true nature demands stripping additions, interrogating inherited convictions, habitual mandates, clung identities for familiarity. Potency arises via subtraction, not accretion. What remains post-shedding isn't novel, it's primordial you. The one unneeding validation, unrequiring proof, unchasing as it forges all. You're not here to fulfill worldly demands, you're here to embody self, precisely what the world awaits. Upon piercing conditioning, power isn't sought, it's recollected, never lost, merely obscured until this juncture. From youth, you've absorbed that diligence paves the route to desires. Hours invested, sacrifices endured, pains borne, constitute success's toll. It rings honorable, virtuous, yet it's fallacy, engineered to perpetuate motion sans authority. Diligence alone guarantees no metamorphosis. Were it so, the weariest would brim with joy, yet they're depleted, perplexed, perpetually pursuing. The untold verity, the cosmos ignores exertion. It attunes to energy, vibration, inner essence. That's your perpetual broadcast. Regardless of grind duration, if your signal radiates paucity, apprehension, or self-mistrust, the outer sphere rebounds it ceaselessly. Diligence isn't adversary, but substituting alignment ensnares. You deem hustle confers merit, strife affirms gravity. Yet in quantum realms, irrelevance reigns. The cosmos grades not on toil, but resonance. Like a tuning fork echoing into expanse, outcomes stem from essence, not quantity. Inner resonance transcends passivity. It's potency. It's the lucidity of unapologetic self-knowing, emanating identity without reservation. Those seeming effortlessly triumphant aren't fortunate. They're attuned, synchronized with verity. Their energy outshouts deeds. The world converges. In resonance, action inspires, not compels. You labor not to attain, but as manifestation of presence. This pivot alters all, as doing springs from being, not compensating absence. You escape task treadmills, traversing thresholds that unveil upon approach. This negates not hours, it sanctifies them. Labor extends alignment, not worth proving. Outcomes surge, not from suffered earnings, but from pre-arrival consciousness resonance. Verity unspoken. Success aligns in hush, not perspiration. It initiates internally with coherence, presence, clarity. External is mere echo. Thus, amid grinding sans fruits, pause, not from erring, but from off-resonance. Revert to tranquility. Recollect self. From thence, let action emerge like respiration. Innate, potent, authentic. You weren't destined to toil toward dreams, you were to abide within them, permitting the world to attune to your oscillation. Daily you decide, act, respond, as if commanding fully. Yet, beneath lurks a director. Not conscious intellect, not rationale, but an unseen OS orchestrating deeds. Your subconscious schema. Unchosen, it's installed via reiteration, sentiment, milieu. Absent upgrade, it replicates outcomes despite divergent yearnings. This concealed framework dictates perceived possibilities, deservedness, unconscious preparations. It's why goals self-sabotage, patterns recur post-lessons. Not willpower deficit, default programming unchanged. And it's not backdrop, it's the production. Most exist reacting to visible, oblivious that visibility mirrors internal script. You respond to reality, unaware it birthed from unwritten, inherited script, parental convictions, cultural terrors, past constraints, encoded into subconscious structure. You term it temperament, yet it's not self, it's trained. Terrifying, yet liberating. Aware, you rewrite code, revise assumptions, install matching identity for buried authenticity. Reality echoes defaults, not conscious wishes, manifests subconscious anticipations. If deep belief posits love pains, connection blocks. If wealth deems perilous or selfish, opportunities repel unconsciously, not from aversion, but protective system always prevailing. For it's you until awakening. This OS ignores motivation, heeds repetition, emotion, identity. Built thus, reprogrammed thus. Not effort, awareness. Not hustle, intention. Until sabotage transmutes to flow, you aren't code. You're programmer, not patterns, architect. Upon ceasing external life alteration and commencing internal system update, prior malfunctions clarify. Not you broken, code was. Now, wield power to script anew, aligned, voracious, reflecting unearthed authenticity beneath automation layers. Something pivotal evades most. Life's responses heed not words, not journaled aims, nor bedtime affirmations. They attune to energy, raw, unadorned vibration. And your energy isn't gentle plea. It's decree to reality itself. Ceaselessly, your state issues directives to the cosmos, not via utterances, but essence. You might believe you're soliciting success, affection, liberty, yet energy narrates otherwise. Perhaps validation, dread, or scarcity amid verbal plenty. The cosmos follows signal, not voice. And signal deceives not. Energy isn't peripheral, it's blueprint. Bodily vibration assembles experience, fragment by fragment. Fakery fails. Willpower overrides not. Contradiction in core precludes reality's obedience. Energy negotiates not, reflects. Hence, intensified fear yields flat effort. Insecurity-laced exertion falters. Doubt-infused dreams linger. Energy broadcasts. Attracts per knowing, not wanting. Observe, individuals executing correctly yet stalled. Vision boards, discipline. Routines intact, yet energy whispers unworthy. Awaiting proof, earning still. Life mirrors impeccably, not withholding but complying. For that's the field's mechanism, rewarding not effort, but alignment. State shift, not schedule, strategy, initiates motion. Doors unlock, communications arrive, collaborations form. Not from affirmations, but new broadcast, declaring wordlessly, I possess it. I am it. Pursuit ends. I've embodied the awaited. Energy mastery underpins creation, not faked optimism or coerced gratitude, but vibrational immersion in desire till reality inescapably configures around you. Not begged, broadcasted. Your present existence flawlessly echoes dominant frequency. Harsh truth, yet empowering. Manipulate outcomes no more. Calibrate field. Emit no chase. Radiate self-version residing beyond desire. Signal consistency shifts world, not gradually, immediately. For energy commands sans weight, reality attends. The perceived world, seeming concrete, factual, impartial, isn't reality. It's echo, projection, postponed reverberation of inner domain. It discloses not truth, but unconscious emissions. External isn't cause, result. Printout of deeper, invisible script. Uninstructed, you've reacted to illusion over rewriting origin. You deem observing what is, yet viewing what was. Attractions, prospects present or absent, financial rhythms, relational flows, their feedback, responses, cosmic messages. This your frequency yields. You're awakening not to reality, but within self-reflection. Hence, external fixes falter. Rearranging mirrors alters naught, sun's shifting reflected visage. New careers, companions, dwellings, yet narrative echoes. Emotional hues repeat, wounds resurface disguised. Not unfairness, but unchanged projection. Projector is you. Reality dwells not out there, in your radiance. Source code lies in being, emanating. Trained to trust external as paramount, figures, headlines, balances. We let them delimit possibilities. Yet those are snapshots, reporting past signals, not forecasting futures. Energy precedes events. Beliefs filter perceptions. Identical settings yield divergent realities. Not viewing world, but programming. Internalizing this transforms all. Circumstances depersonalize. Validation unchased. Appearances unreacted. Reality designed internally. You needn't world confirmation pre-belief. Believe profoundly till world reflects inescapably. Conscious creation's core. Outer world flexible, programmable, vital. Ever heeding inner authority. Mismatched reflection? Recalibrate sans panic or push. Frequency shift, belief upgrade, embody desired reality's self. Watch, not forcing, comprehending. Seen isn't real, it's past being. Next choice alters all. Survey your existence, earnings, bonds, vitality, prospects. Not haphazard, not destiny. Mirror, exact, unfiltered echo of deepest self-belief. Not professed self, aspired self, enacted self. Reality heeds not words, identity. Ruthlessly accurate reflection. Creation's premier law. Reality mirrors identity, not goals, affirmations. Identity as vibration. Energetic imprint carried effortlessly. Felt pre-speech. Cosmos reads pre-delivery. Most alter lives clutching incompatible identities. Abundance desired amid struggle identity. Love craved amid unworthiness. Freedom sought amid control addiction. Mirror unchanging. Reflection matches image. Law uncheatable. Outperformance impossible. Hustle, grind, temporary gains. Identity triumphs long-term. Reverting sans effort. Mask dropped. Mirror truthful. Stuckness from action focus sans alignment. New life sans new self. Dream reality's self behaves, thinks, feels distinctly. Internal identity must match external vision. Cosmos delivers unwillingly otherwise. Law violation. Role isn't outcome chase, identity shift from seeker to source. Unworthy to inevitable. Wanter to haver. Mirror obeys effortlessly, not forced, aligned. Life change via different presence pre-mirror, not mirror fix. Mirror shows not, reflects stance. Cease querying change timing, inquire. Who am I being making this inevitable? World experienced rises to identity carried, instantly, eternally. Your learned life view inverts. Taught world as container with matter, rules detached. You, minor parts surviving, fitting, proving worth in vast indifferent reality. Lens illusory, masterfully crafted. Belief prolongs powerlessness. Truth, you're not in world, world in you. Not passive spectator of fixed reality. Container, projector, awareness behind all. Perceived, sensed, interpreted exists in perceptual field. Perception relational, filtered via identity, expectations, beliefs, emotions. World subjective, coded through you. Change expands, contracts, illuminates, dims, flows, resists per inner holdings. Two in identical locale, economy, home experience, disparity. For not out there, but in here. Reality unfolds in consciousness space, governing laws shape seen moment. Issue, trained separation. Learned navigate, battle, manipulate reality. Taught respond to life, over realizing life responds to you. Lie believed, minuscule entity altering massive world. Illusion, trap, struggle birth. Awakening softens all. Conquer not, inward shift. Outer world mere overlay of inner reality, like visible dream. Dream shifts via focus, identity, emotional imprint alteration. Not fluff, conscious creation foundation. Experienced world nests in awareness container, expands, contracts, glows, dulls, flows, fights, per holdings. Stuckness, inward turn, not escape. Field reprogram from world origin. You don't live in world, in frequency reflection. Claim truth, change not world, but self-world made from. Most traverse life deeming events happenstance, fortune, good/bad, coincidence, arbitrary timing. Shrug life's way, as if unfolding accidents chained by chance. Randomness myth, convincing deception keeping blind, impotent, severed from truth. All intelligent, exact, responding not fate but frequency. Patterns prove, heartbreak, delay, miracle. All non-random. Reality code. Response matrix echoing a mission perfectly. Issue not life's senselessness. Untrained reading. Uninstructed tracking synchronicity. Noting repetition. Heeding recurring themes across entities, locales, occurrences. Repeating patterns, messages, reflections, consciousness loops. Revealing vibrational position. Recurrence, attend. Multiple voicing same, attend. Emotion recurring diversely, attend. Life shows operative blueprint, not punishing, informing. Decode upon halting assumption, just happening, recognizing reflection. Patterns, evidence, generator of rhythm, tied to being. Identity shift alters patterns. Energy elevation births new rhythms. Consciously noting unconscious loops enables choice anew. Pattern recognition, rise. Observer, birth. Creator, awake in dream. Decoding moments as messages, not mishaps. Universe communicates ceaselessly, just unheard, or heard wrongly. Awaiting words when life speaks symbols. Experience architecture exists, seen, changeable, not force. Frequency, becoming self-version, needing no old loop repeat, emitting no same emotional algorithm, agreeing no more this always befalls me. Randomness myth keeps reactive, pattern code empowers. Awareness entry, No longer inside reality, we programming it, not figuring, seeing, perennial presence. Life, responsive, awaiting reading. Moment arrives where perceived solidity shimmers. Quiet realization pierces din. Life not fixed, survival structure. Living interface born to sculpt. Not passive world traversal. Responsive mirror, intelligent code, responding real-time to emotion, belief, expectation. Most unawake, viewing life static, navigable, external. Awakened state inverts eternally. Cease what befalls me. Inquire, what broadcast reflects back? Entering awakened alters all, not instant world change, but seeing truth. Feedback loop, fluid field, quantum interface mirroring vibration, sans judgment, delay, exception. Unawakened, reaction life, scrambling response, controlling outcomes willpower, timing manipulation, behavior management. Exhausting, for pushing life submission, sans realizing interface. Responds input change, not do, are. Awakened, energetic clarity, cease victim achiever, architect. Life seeks not struggle, awaits signal, state, tone, self-concept. Shift it, interface shifts. Triggering conversation empowers, distant opportunity arrives. Overlooked person collaborates, not outer change, new command received. Display, updated. Always thus, synchronicities multiply, messages in talks, plates, tunes, right calls timely. Choreographed feel, for it is, not fate, you, field, resonance, inner alignment dictating rhythm. Life mirror with menu. Awakened, not figuring, feeling alignment to desired reflection, seeing reality living interface, control unneeded, tune to desired experience, not force, frequency, awakening, irreversible, code known, ready use. Most live as reactors. Awaken, phone check pulls into agendas, crises, expectations. Mood adjusts to news. Unexpected bill panics. Disrespect spirals. Days sequence reactions to past programmed reality. Cycle persists. Same inputs, outputs. Shift, never meant respond reality, meant program it. Radical, till realizing reality responsive field adjusting frequency. Today's experience echoes yesterday's being. Thoughts, emotions, identity coded. Now results shown. Instead reprogramming, taught react output, fix screen sans drive rewrite. Reacting loops, fear decisions, overcorrect, manage manifested, power upstream, consciousness level. Tomorrow written not external, internal state, not effort, frequency. Escape manifested reality impossible if emotionally feeding. Change reflected, sans changing, radiated. Response reinforces, halt external as truth. Treat output own system, reclaim programmer. Programming, not controlling all, creating clarity. Decide feeling pre-event, broadcast truth over fear echo. Live future, not predicted, emitted. Reality malleable, not boss, judge. Mirror coded emotion, amplified repetition, shaped identity. Tired reacting, waiting proof, adjusting circumstances not reflecting truth. Flip switch, wake scripting sans waiting scene. Speak claimed life's frequency. Move becoming energy, not escaping. Reality rewritten, not resistance, resonance. Transmitter, not responder. Halt reacting, start programming. Life ceases past echo, aligns power. Line crossed alters all, sans action, timing, strategy. Silent, still, unseen, decide who you are, now. Sans hope, sans imposition. Inner declaration shouts not, begs not, explains not. Yet made, world reorganizes. Reality bends not uncertainty, indecision, waits, precise, mirroring. Clarity unreflected till embodied, not intellectually, half belief, total congruence. Knowing needing no proof, it is proof. Most await evidence pre-decision. Money for abundance feel, relationship for lovable, opportunity for ready. Backwards, energy waiting, unsure, not yet. Life neutrally reflects. Decide, motion starts, doors open, calls come, alignments form. Not more done, more become inside. Stop straddling selves, fully stepped into matching asked life. Not pretending, returning to unquestioned worth, brilliance, power. Negotiating not doubt, begging not permission, chooses, world catches. Decision energetic shift, new gravitational field attracting alignment. Repelling discord, not loss, reorganization. Life rearranging matches new self-signal. Powerful life shifts from to-do lists, from done, ready, not this anymore, that, now. Sans instruction, moved / speak / saw differently. Identity motion, field reprogramming. Force not, decide relation. Chase no more, live as it. Life mirrors sans choice. Shift creates result. Begins choosing fully, unapologetically, finally who you are. Part of you yearns heal, rise, create easily. Yet subtler part resists. Ego, not evil, outdated. Built old pain, stories, survival. Forged struggle, peace, ease, untrusted. Clings war. Ego thrives drama, resistance, not yet. Believes earned via effort, worth proven pain. Addicted trying, failing, almost. Keeps role, fix, fight. Hero in limitation story. Twist. Ego wants repetition, not resolution. Nearing breakthrough, whispers slow down, question, sabotage, not hate, preserves past box. Ease entering, success natural, flow normal. Ego loses control, control its identity. Hence, life softening stirs discomfort. Want freedom, deeper fears it. Want abundance, equates loss meaning identity. Loop, delay, harder work, not need, ease unsafe. Transcend sans ego fight. See, thank, witness pattern sans becoming. Realize struggle habitual, not sacred. Ease alignment, not laziness. Choose anew. Peace / flow / power version, ego addiction free. Needs not hard life worthy. Chaos alive. Lives quieter. Honest center. Shift breaks addiction. Struggle not nature. Outgrown story. Pain progress. Suffering gateway, sacred. Now better. See loop. Unseen can't run. Not struggle to freedom. Remember, always free. Choose reflecting path. Subtle energy behind wanting often unnoticed. Feels innocent, natural. Set intentions. Affirm. Visualize. Yet beneath clarity, vision, lurks quiet frequency louder words. Don't have yet. Resistance begins. Wanting declares lack, emphasizes separation, points gap present wish. Universe responds gap, not desires. Wanting shifts focus. Future abandons now's power. Imagines how, when, if. Scans signs, measures progress, questions timing, feeding absence frequency. Reality mirrors, delays, uncertainty. Silence. Paradox trapping many. Want frees. Wanting binds. Desire pushes further. Not bad. Emotional surround problem. Want. Empowerment or lack. Declaration or desperation. One attracts, one repels. Shift. Stop living wanting, start having. Not physically, energetically/emotionally/internally. Has it version wonders not. Arrival, checks not. Signs, grasps not. Embodies, radiates. Knowing deep, life obeys. Not fantasy, resonance. Emotional frequency, lack. To already drops resistance. Manifestation moves. Move wanting/having. Close mental gap. Feel result, pre-arrival. Speak. Lives it one. Stop clock watching. Trust current. Align state. Not hope receiving, but receiving happen field. Time catches vibration. Wanting, natural impulse. Lingering trap. Holding pattern, dreams outreach. Release grip, drop tension. Let desire breathe, sans need. Become, no longer waits. Nothing wait for. Only you, aligned, embodied, no longer asking, already claimed. Desperation subtle, disguises passion, determination, ambition. Tells focused, committed, whatever takes. Yet core signal clear, don't believe happen sans force. Universe hears, desperation pushes away, not pull. Core fear pretending drive, fear repellent. Might think inspiration action, but anxiety, urgency grasping soaked, steps irrelevant. Energy overrides. Creation state, not movement. Desperation separation state. Belief need far, essential missing. Incomplete sans chased. Chase harder, grip tighter, monitor, beg, pray, plead. Universe responds. Vibration, not words. Desperation screams unsafe, incomplete, can't relax till changes. Reality matches, not punish, mirror. Feedback loop, reflects are, not want. Why non-triers receive more? Not lucky, not choking want. Created space, energy trust. Trust magnetic, allows. Desperation interferes. Want deeply, bold action, purpose, move. But fear over truth shifts frequency. Polluted doubt. Doubt wraps all. Conversations/projects/relationships. Body language transmits need. World picks instantly. Unarticulable. Desperation unattractive energy. Causes field static. Universe responds coherence, not chaos. Clarity, clutter. Desperation loud messy broadcast, confusing. Created reality. Instead, pause, breathe, step knowing. Remember, already has version desperate not. Grounded, clear, certain. Blueprint, anchor, move state. Not scrambling nervous system believing time out. Manifest, embodying, not clutching. Attract, being, not needing. Desperation, disconnection energy. Reconnect, self, truth, trust. Drop need. Everything moves, not chased. Became didn't have to. Every life result pattern relationship bank dollar began belief. Not surface thought, deep internal story. Loop playing long, unnoticed. Silent, yet powerful. Force shaping reality. Beliefs, not ideas. Instructions. Universe follows perfectly. Belief like background mind code. Want success. Underneath not good enough, things never work. Life follows script, not punishing. Mirroring. Reality reflects expectation, not hope. Loop starts childhood pre-choice awareness. Emotional moments, painful, subtle. Worldview architecture. Parent disappointment, teacher criticism, rejection. Suddenly loop, prove self, perfect loved, unseen. Stories filters, shape belief / notice / attract / accept. Loop self-replicates, world evidence seeking, always finds, not cruel, subconscious powerful. Filters contradict, feel off, sabotage, challenge, unsafe. Story wins till rewrite. Beliefs create reality, not reflect. Inner dialogue causative, not passive. Instructs energy, organizes field, bends perception, primes action. Time takes matter form. Jobs / partners / patterns / outcomes. Seeming random, actually precise. Belief loop reflections beneath awareness. Change life? Change loop, not behavior. Trace result identity created. Ask, what believe this normal? Upgrade belief, not force, choice. Install new, shift vibration. New evidence notice, action take, reflections receive. Once hard natural, new rhythm outcome. Get, not want. Willing believe. Belief becomes thought / feeling / energy / form. Loop, now rewrite. Emotions aren't backdrop, reactions not. Brushstrokes painting reality. Many think thoughts shape life. Degree. Thought sans emotional charge weak signals. Feelings weight thoughts. Emotional gravity, power. Consistent feel pulls form. Stronger emotion, magnetic field effect. Seen, anxious, life more worry reflects. Grateful, day hands thanks reasons. Not coincidence / bias, energetic causation. Frequencies, attract match mechanical precision. Emotions inputs, not effects. Instructions life. Dwell emotion dominant broadcast. Walkroom resentment / radiance. People feel. Universe 2. Sculpt reality, not outer effort. Inner atmosphere. Emotions alter signal. Tell quantum assemble around. Body habitually rehearsing fear / lack / powerlessness chemistry. Field vibrates that. Life echoes, not punish. Command, obey. Good news, no fake high emotions change reality. Honest, current ones. Most suppress / override. Fine while carrying resentment / doubt / shame undercurrent. Repressed broadcast still. Creates avoided scenarios. Feeling not weakness. Power, conscious, integrated. Honoring emotional state creative force. Stop think new results. Feel new timelines. Embody future want, not imagine. Real creation begins. Already has version thinks / feels differently. Carries trust sans tension. Presence sans pressure. Emotional atmosphere gravitational field. Pulls people, opportunities, synchronicities orbit. Not effort. Embodiment. Next powerful feel, joy / fear. Pause. Feeling not just yours, signal. What do shapes more mood, mold space? Emotions experience architects. Honor, tune, let build beautiful. Control seductive, safe. Plans, double checks, predicts, prepares, protects. Bends reality, manageable, predictable. Illusion, certainty, progress, security. Yet underneath fear, not trust / power, disguised structure. Control, not mastery, resistance, disguise. More control life, more pushback, not cruel, showing deeper. Flow wisdom. Flow not chaos/random/surrender chance. Precision sans pressure, movement sans force. State energy aligns timing, intuition. Greater rhythm, knowing, more plans. Flow stops pushing, starts listening. Not ears, presence. Miracles happen, not made, got way. Control illusion keeps survival mode. Micromanage path, attach outcomes, stress off script. But detour path, delay alignment, greatest blessings blocked. Know-how need, life not machine, intelligence. Moves best space, not tension. Speaks nudges, not demands. Responds openness, not rigidity. Grip more, receive less. Insist more, allow less. Every control flow gift, limit mind handle. Life delivers, soul ready. Flow not passive, participatory. Asks trust awareness, most alignment. Flow not waiting, chasing. Responding real time, deeper intelligence. Moves clarity, not fear. Speaks ripe words. Acts time, not fix. Control manipulates reality. Flow cooperates. Cooperation strange, beautiful power. Stop managing every outcome. Space magic/synchronicity/outcomes better scripted. Move manager life to channel. Control illusion loud. Flow wisdom subtle, quiet, infinitely powerful. Feel truly never back. Control exhausts, flow elevates. One shrinks world fear size, other expands faith size. Let go, not lose power, finally use. Resistance quiet, relentless, emerges growth/expansion/unfamiliar step. New vision set, suddenly tired. Opportunity, doubt floods. Want change, body tightens, thoughts scatter, energy pulls. Not hesitation, resistance reflex. Part fears control loss/comfort leave/becoming unknown. Unrecognized, mistake intuition/logic. Resistance not mindset. Nervous system pattern, subconscious code. Shaped past safety, small stay. Triggers automatically, uninvited. Whispers, maybe not now. What if fails, not ready. Sounds protection, defense, transformation. Reflex preserves known, even uncomfortable, unfulfilling, stagnant, familiar. Subconscious loves familiar. Reach outside identity, resistance activates. Not vision wrong, identity unrecognized safe. Can't force fight resistance, digs deeper. Push back, pushes. Resist, resists. Another way, awareness sans aggression. Release, feel/name/acknowledge presence, not judgment, curiosity. Ask, protecting what? Belief built? Discover, rooted old. Failure/rejection/success fear. Named, breathe. Space create, not rid. Stop identifying, not resistance, witnesser. Awareness, choose differently. Move forward with, not bulldoze. Small aligned action signals system change safe. Consistent. Reflex weakens, resistance softens, new identity integrates. Release, not fear, erase, no longer obey. Hold resistance, not enemy, teacher. Reclaim power. Stop avoiding expansion edge, lean. Resistance reflex comes, normal. Meeting determines, stay same/rise, meant. Now know, presence, breath, truth, no longer runs. Quiet belief many carry unnoticed. Someone must approve success pre-happen. Notice, validate, endorse you. Need world green light, step, power. Truth, no permission, success need. Not past/family/gatekeepers/head voices wait. Decide. Enough/qualified. Claim success begins claim you. Conditioning deep. Childhood. Raise hands, approval seek, validation pre-act. Internalize authority external. Great do, first chosen. Live waiting, signs/credentials/worthy field begin. Universe operates not permission slips. Alignment/identity/energy. Asks, not others think ready. You think ready. Mirrors inner stance. Energy. Waiting aloud. Life echoes delay, not incapable, unclaimed. Right act as. Consistently succeeding, not always talented. Educated, experienced, self-permission gave. Stopped waiting, picked selves. Decided worthy, sans ask. Decision, changed posture/voice/presence. Life responded. You, same choice now. Not books more. Fix all. Perfect, confident. Now, confidence, byproduct. Ownership, not requirement. Ownership begins inner knowing. Needn't granted seat. Am table. No one gives permission. Opportunity sans title, award, applause. Still move, rise. Turning point. Stop approval performing. Start self-approving. Path/gift/voice. Every wait moment affirms limitation. Hesitate reinforces illusion others hold keys. Don't. You do. No one's crowning, saying time. Always time. World waited. Realize. Step forward. Speak boldly. Create shamelessly. Not permission gave. Finally remembered, never needed. Pain most don't discuss. Not failure/loss. Pursuit ache. Builds chasing long. Owns you. Everything right. Goals/visualize/act/push. Yet want eludes. Try harder, faster, think more. Closer not, heavier. Pursuit pain, not having. Belief, stop running, lose chance. Effort equals worth, struggle value. Deeper truth, chase, push away, not wrong. Pursuit energy lack built. Unspoken belief, desire separate. Earned, hunted, conquered. Belief frequency, universe mirrors. Pursuit rooted resistance, present resistance. Resistance idea, access now. Via identity/embodiment/inner shift. Surrender enters, not defeat, power. Letting go illusion force only way. Remembering desire exists, self-version, not chasing, attracting. Aligned, grounded knowing. Surrender, not inaction, non-resistance. Trusting life meet halfway, can't constantly step control. Let grip go, magic rushes, insights unstrategizable. People appear, timing aligns. Not chased harder, static cleared, keeping away. Mind believes pursuit strength, soul knows surrender deeper. Not passive, magnetic. Saying, trust already has version, no suffer earn, align being. Do that, chased begins, chase, not forced, became certainty. No longer pull toward, become naturally lives it. Pursuit pain ends, surrender power begins. Not effort, embodiment, striving, knowing. Life moves, not forced, finally way out. Struggle timeline version wakes daily inside. Everything uphill, success distant, love complicated, money slow, peace fleeting. always fixing, hustling, managing, slightly outreach. After while, believe just is. Life hard, dreams require suffering, not truth. Programming, scene, exit loop, struggle timeline, not fate, real. Frequency, being state, accustomed, trained rhythm, earn worth, prove value, push pain, arrive, not trapped, tuned, tune, shiftable, exit, not solving problems, stepping identity created them, struggle, not circumstance, self-concept, internal belief, nothing easy, hard, real, tested, trusted more, base code, unconsciously create obstacles, feel worthy overcoming. Struggle addiction, keeps motion, never peace. Rewards temporary relief, resets challenge, stay busy. Game rigged start, rules written, self-believed ease, suspicious, flow, undeserved. Exit, no harder work, disengage, survival frequency, stop identifying, hustle, receive. Recognize nervous system addicted effort, mind proving. Recognition, pause, breathe, choose new identity, flow natural, abundance, sans exhaustion, safe receiving, sans resistance. Shift timelines, self-shift, hold new energetic standard, decide, peace allowed, not earned. Joy path want, not reward, post-struggle. Hold truth, old timeline, dissolves. People change, opportunities shift, life softens, not easier, stop choosing hard. No gatekeeper, /final exam, /invisible contract, fulfill pre-thrive. Only alignment. Align ease, /flow, /certainty. Exit struggle forever. Not escaped, stopped vibrating level, rose above. Enter room pre-word, people feel. Lean, turn mirror unconsciously. Responding, not appearance, resume past. Energetic signature, invisible frequency broadcast, vibration speaks pre-mouth. Long manifestation form, shows frequency. Energetic signature, composite beliefs, emotions, self-concept, inner narrative, not occasional think, consistent are. Frequency, body holds unwatched. Movement, non-performing. Secret world expectation. World reflects. Most never consider field. Think, communicate, words, plans, effort. Underneath, energy sends real message. Say, deserve abundance. Frequency, scared receive. Field listens. Vibration, not vocabulary. Universe responds baseline. Why some attract effortlessly? Not lucky, aligned. Signature clear, coherent. Magnetic, embodied expects good. Shows. Others work harder, push louder, try more. Feel doubt, resistance, confusion. Results slow, none. Field always tuning /broadcasting. Every thought /emotion /state shapes emit frequency. Control reality, not. Tune signal. Like radio dial, hear music, match frequency. Tune. First conscious current field feel. Like want actually. Body feel future think. Emotional tone day carry. Default vibration. Urgency /trust. Scarcity /sufficiency. Chaos /clarity. Awareness first shift. Calibrate gently, intentionally, repeatedly. Enter already has version state. Embody feeling already there till nervous system unquestioning. Field stabilizes, world reorganizes match. Energy lies not, waits not words. Responds effort not, moves resonance. Energetic signature not decoration. Destiny. Hidden architecture behind attract /repel. Realized not just living world, vibrating through, Stop. Force life. Respond. Become. Frequency makes response inevitable. Taught think timelines. Things time take. Dreams distance. Wait. Work. Grow. Become enough. Wait. Plan. Someday. Someday trap. Time illusion convenient. Deeper truth. Reality operates not clocks. Frequency. Delay mismatch vibration. Time not linear. Responsive. Bends, flexes consciousness. Accelerates, slows, being, not trying, long. Believe years take does. Believe now collapses desire. Manifestation, not magic, alignment. Universe measures not time, reads signals. Stronger signal, time matters less. Tricky, attach desires time. Year heal, 5 years financially free. Decade meet someone. Mind builds distance, body believes, field receives. Delay constructed, projected, installed belief. What if no time take? Only between want, version already has, not calendar, future, frequency shift, self-change, identity, new, vibrates already done. Quantum field done, timeline exists, reality exists. Not waiting built, aligning/resisting. Why things instant, others years, not goal size, embodiment clarity. Not time passage makes real, doubt collapse, dissolving sees desire distant. Time lie, required transformation. Not. Required, decision, alignment, identity. Shift those, time bows, condenses, rearranges, serves leading energy. Quantum leaps truth, not luck, calibration, chance, choice. No wait, match. Delay not world, field. Frequency becomes now vision version, time delays no more. Delivers instantly, remembered. Time moves not forward, you move time. People live reaction, wake immediately respond messages, headlines, problems not theirs. Entire day reactions already is. We enforce same timeline over. Not want, keep responding. We action unconscious agreement. Tells reality this who am, expect more this. Does. Creators react not, select. Don't wait world hands, decide timeline stepping. Don't wait, choose state focus emotional baseline. Shift field. Don't predict, emit. Infinite life versions coded quantum. Flow one, missing one, thrive one, small one. None more real. Possibilities waiting match. Match state, not struggle. Shift timelines, not harder work, harder choice. No longer reacting circumstances facts, realizing echoes past signals. Look current real, or just momentum, change. One locks, other freeze. Reaction survival, loop keeps. Selection, creation, breaks. Creator wakes, chooses, not feel, be. Asks not vision realistic, decides already done. Negotiates not fear, moves faith. Choices match not see, know. Knowing sends signal clear, reality respond. Not denial, dominion. Refusing argue screen, reprogramming source. Saying, don't respond this timeline anymore, chosen another. Embodying lives their version. Not survive woke timeline, select soul calling, not effort, embodiment. Reaction selection, circumstance victim, choice master. Shift made, reality bends, not forced, stopped agreeing, no longer belongs. World teachers become. Always motion towards success/worth/love/healing. Life staircase, effort/time/discipline arrive. Chase/upgrade/fix/strive. Becoming loses being. Being power lives. Becoming says not there yet. Reinforces distance, present, want. Makes vision future thing, steps away. Say affirmations/visualize, underneath frequency, not yet. Universe listens. Frequency, not intention. Result outreach, not unworthy. Energy future-based, not now. Being collapses gap, says I am. Authority, not arrogance. Pulls desire imaginary, roots current identity. Stop waiting, become. Embody already has version. Speak, walk, think, feel wholeness, not lack. Powerful creators not become successful. Success motion, not become healed. Wholeness vibration, pre-physical symptoms gone. Difference, one movement, illusion, absence. Other, action fueled, embodiment, truth. Become needs subtle spiritual procrastination. Illusion growth keeping almost loop, says one day, builds endless timelines, keeps chasing imaginary self-version. Power shift reality this moment. Choose be one, trying reach. Being, not stop evolving. Stop delaying identity. No longer withhold future energy present. Stop proof, wait. Start acting already done. Truth, quantum done. Desire real. Question, energy aligned with or trapped becoming loop. Evolve those. Time bows. Shift those. Time condenses. When you shift those, time has no choice but to bow. It condenses. It rearranges. It serves the energy that leads it. That's the truth behind quantum leaps. Not luck but calibration. Not chance but choice. You don't have to wait. You only have to match. The delay is not in the world. It's in the field. And the moment your frequency becomes the now version of your vision, time no longer delays you. It delivers you instantly because you finally remembered. Time doesn't move you forward. You move time. World teaches, become, always motion towards success/worth/love/healing. Life staircase, effort/time/discipline, arrive. Chase/upgrade/fix/strive. Becoming loses being. Being power lives. Becoming says, not there yet. Reinforces distance present/want. Makes vision future thing, steps away. Say affirmations/visualize, underneath frequency, not yet. Universe listens frequency, not intention. Result outreach, not unworthy. Energy future-based, not now. Being collapses gap, says I am authority, not arrogance. Pulls desire imaginary, roots current identity. Stop waiting become, embody already has version. Speak, walk, think, feel wholeness, not lack. Powerful creators not become successful, success motion. Not become healed, wholeness vibration, pre-physical symptoms gone. Difference, one movement illusion, absence. Other action fueled, embodiment, truth. Become, need, subtle spiritual procrastination. Illusion growth keeping almost loop. Says, one day, builds endless timelines. Keeps chasing imaginary self-version. Power shift reality this moment. Choose, be one trying reach. Being not stop evolving. Stop delaying identity. No longer withhold future energy present. Stop proof wait. Start acting already done. Truth, quantum done. Desire real. Question, energy aligned with or trapped becoming loop. Evolve those, time bows. Shift those, time condenses. When you shift those, time has no choice but to bow. It condenses, it rearranges, it serves the energy that leads it. That's the truth behind quantum leaps. Not luck, but calibration. Not chance, but choice. You don't have to wait. You only have to match. The delay is not in the world. It's in the field. And the moment your frequency becomes the now version of your vision, time no longer delays you. It delivers you instantly because you finally remembered. Time doesn't move you forward. You move time. You don't get to who you are by adding more. You get there by subtracting what isn't. The world teaches you to accumulate, to learn more, do more, have more, as if power is something you build up. But true power is revealed when you strip away the layers that never belonged, the beliefs that limit you, the habits that drain you, the identities that keep you small. This is the art of subtraction. It's not about losing, it's about liberating. The ego loves addition. It wants more knowledge, more validation, more control. But addition often adds weight. It complicates. It distracts from the essence that's already there. Subtraction simplifies. It clears the path for your true nature to emerge. You don't become stronger by carrying more. You become stronger by releasing what weakens you. Think of it like pruning a tree. You cut away the dead branches not to harm it, but to allow it to grow taller, fuller, more vibrant. The same is true for you. Every belief you let go of, every story you release, every pattern you break, creates space for your creator energy to flow freely. And in that space, power isn't something you search for, it's something you step into. The final integration comes when subtraction becomes second nature. You no longer hold on to what doesn't serve because you've realized it's not who you are. You've peeled back the layers until only the core remains. Pure, powerful, unencumbered. And from that core, creation isn't effort, it's expression. The end of struggle is the birth of this freedom. You are not what you've accumulated. You are what you've always been. Beneath it all, subtract to reveal, release to rise, and watch as your reality reflects the lightness you've reclaimed. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. That's the heart of the law of embodied identity. It's not about affirmations or intentions alone. It's about becoming. Becoming the version of yourself who already has the thing you desire, not just in words, but in frequency, in posture, in choices, in energy. Because the universe doesn't deliver to your wishes, it responds to your embodiment. Identity is the filter through which all reality flows. If you see yourself as someone who always struggles, even unconsciously, then abundance feels out of reach, no matter how many strategies you use. If your core identity is rooted in doubt, you'll sabotage clarity, even when it appears, not because you're broken, but because your field is calibrated to a self-concept that doesn't align with the life you say you want. This is the gap most people live in. They desire a reality that their identity won't allow. They try to manifest from the mind, while the body still carries the frequency of lack. They chase new results while wearing an old name tag, and so nothing shifts. Not because the goal is wrong, but because the self isn't updated. The law of embodied identity says, change your state, change your world. Not someday, not when the results appear, but now. Because your current reality is a mirror of who you've been being. To shift what's showing up, you have to shift who's showing up. You don't wait to feel like the future version of you. You step into that version now and let the world catch up. So, what does embodiment look like? It's subtle, it's emotional, it's internal. It's asking yourself, if I already had the thing I want, how would I move? How would I speak? How would I walk into a room? What decisions would I make? And then living from those answers, not as fantasy, but as fact. You're not pretending, you're practicing. Practicing the identity that makes your vision inevitable. Because that version of you already exists, not in the distance, not in some future you have to chase, but in the field of now, waiting to be activated through choice, through alignment, through presence. This isn't about faking confidence or masking insecurity. It's about choosing a new energetic home and moving into it. And once you live there consistently, the universe starts delivering mail to that address. Opportunities align, people respond differently, doors open, not because you force them, but because you finally became the person who belongs on the other side. Embodiment is the invitation, identity is the signal, and once they match, reality has no choice but to rearrange. So stop asking for change, be the change, not just in thought, but in form. Because the law of embodied identity doesn't respond to who you were or who you hope to become. It responds to who you are now and who you're brave enough to claim. There's a frequency more powerful than desire, more commanding than hope, more magnetic than action. It's the frequency of certainty. Not the kind that's loud or aggressive, but the quiet, unwavering knowing that doesn't flinch, doesn't ask, doesn't check for signs. It simply is. This is the law of magnetic certainty. When you move in certainty, reality bends. Not because you forced it, but because you left no energetic room for anything else. Most people operate in a space of partial belief. They say what they want, visualize it, even work toward it. But inside, there's a wobble, a subtle vibration of doubt, of needing proof, of waiting to be shown. That doubt, however small, dilutes the signal. And the universe doesn't respond to your wishes, it responds to your transmission. Certainty is clean, sharp, coherent. It doesn't negotiate or wonder, it declares. Magnetic certainty doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means you've decided. You've chosen your outcome, your identity, your truth. And you stand in it regardless of appearances. Even if nothing around you looks like it's happening yet, your energy says it already has. That's the magnetism. Not in doing more, but in being more. Being anchored in the frequency of it is done. Think of the most powerful people you've encountered. The ones who light up rooms, who move through life with quiet gravity. They're not loud, they're not desperate, but their presence says, I don't chase. I already know. That knowing draws people in. It draws reality in, not through force, but through certainty. The law of magnetic certainty means you stop needing reassurance. You stop refreshing the page to check if life heard you. You don't wait for confirmation. You are the confirmation. You wake up and carry the energy of someone who is already there. And because that signal is so clear, the world begins to respond accordingly. Conversations shift, timelines collapse, momentum builds. Not because you pushed, but because your unwavering state pulled it in. Certainty isn't arrogance, it's alignment. It's the removal of inner conflict, the dissolving of the part of you that still entertains the question, what if it doesn't work? Because until that question is gone, the field will always mirror your hesitation. This is the reason why someone with less talent, less experience, or fewer resources can succeed faster, because they're certain. They're not waiting to be picked. They've picked themselves. And that inner certainty sends out a magnetic pulse that the universe must answer. So stop trying to convince the world. Stop looking for signs that it's working. The moment you know without needing evidence is the moment everything starts moving. The law of magnetic certainty doesn't require you to prove anything. It only requires you to decide and never look back. Because once you lock into knowing, reality has no choice but to reflect the version of you who never questioned it was already done. There's a strange truth hiding in plain sight. One that feels counterintuitive to everything you were taught about success, manifestation, and progress. It's this: the more you try, the harder things become. The more you strain, the more resistance you generate. And the more you chase something, the more it slips away. This is not laziness disguised as wisdom. It's a universal law, the law of reverse effort. The idea that what you force, you block, what you clutch, you repel, and what you allow, you receive. Most people are addicted to trying. They equate effort with value, struggle with worthiness. They believe if something isn't difficult, it must not be meaningful. So, they push, they overthink, they overwork, they grip their desires so tightly that there's no room for them to arrive. They wear effort like armor, never realizing that what they're protecting is their fear that ease can't be trusted. But reverse effort isn't about inaction. It's about alignment. It's not about giving up. It's about getting out of the way. Because there's a difference between inspired action and desperate doing. One flows from clarity, the other from panic. One feels like breath, the other like tension. And the universe knows the difference. You've already felt this in your life. The moment you stop obsessing over someone, they text you. The moment you stop micromanaging a project, solutions appear. The moment you stop rehearsing a conversation, the words flow effortlessly. That's not luck. That's the law of reverse effort in motion. When you release the need to control the outcome begins to form around your release. Effort implies separation, that what you want is over there, and you're over here, and only struggle can bridge the gap. But when you're in alignment, there is no gap. There is no distance. You've become the version of yourself who naturally lives inside the result. And that version doesn't have to try. They act from knowing, not from need. This law doesn't mean you sit back and wait for life to deliver while you do nothing. It means you act from ease, not urgency. You create from joy, not pressure. You move because it feels natural, not because you're afraid of standing still. Reverse effort is when action becomes an extension of your state, not a replacement for your doubt. Let go of the belief that more effort means more reward. It doesn't. The universe doesn't pay you in exhaustion. It pays you in alignment. And alignment feels light. It feels clean. It feels like movement without weight. When you stop forcing, you start receiving. When you stop trying to hold the river, it begins to carry you. That's the law. It's not mystical, it's mechanical. And the moment you honor it, life starts unfolding. Not because you pushed it, but because you finally let it. Everything in the universe operates on frequency. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you carry, each one emits a signal. That signal travels outward and shapes the field around you. It doesn't matter what you say you want. It doesn't matter what you write in your journal. If the frequency you're embodying doesn't match the frequency of the life you're trying to create, it won't arrive. Not because it doesn't exist, but because you're not tuned to receive it. This is the law of frequency matching, and it governs everything. You can only experience the version of reality that matches the signal you're emitting. Think of it like a radio dial. You can turn the knob all day long, but if you're tuned to 88.5 FM, you won't hear what's playing on 104.3. The music exists. The broadcast is active, but unless you align with its frequency, it might as well not be there. The same is true for abundance, for love, for peace. They're not things you find, they're frequencies you match. Most people don't realize they're broadcasting the opposite of what they want. They want success, but carry the frequency of self-doubt. They want love, but vibrate with fear of abandonment. They want peace, while living in the energy of control. And then they wonder why their manifestations stall, delay, or disappear. It's not because they're not worthy. It's because the signal is scrambled. Mixed messages confuse the field, and the field always delivers the dominant vibration. Not the hopeful one, but the embodied one. To use the law of frequency matching, you don't need to manipulate the external. You need to recalibrate the internal. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to already have what I want? Then live in that frequency now. Let it guide your choices, your posture, your tone. Embody the version of you that already knows, already receives, already is. That's how you shift timelines, not by chasing outcomes, but by becoming the match to the life you desire. This isn't about pretending. It's not about forcing positivity or faking confidence. It's about choosing alignment as your dominant vibration. It's about catching yourself when you slip into the old frequency of lack, of fear, of doubt, and gently returning to the signal that says it's already mine. The law doesn't discriminate. It doesn't delay. It doesn't judge. It mirrors. Always. If you're not receiving what you want, check your signal. Tune the station. Upgrade the broadcast. The moment you match the frequency of your desired reality, the field responds. Not someday, but instantly. Because in that moment, the you who had been searching disappears, and the you who already has it begins to live. That's the power of the law. It's not about effort, it's about alignment. Not about what's missing, but about what's now being matched. And once the match is made, the world has no choice but to echo it. There's not just one version of your life. There are infinite ones, each existing simultaneously, like tracks running side by side. Some are filled with abundance, ease, and expansion. Others are steeped in struggle, stagnation, and fear. These are not fantasy. They are real, encoded into the quantum field, waiting for one thing: your alignment. This is the law of parallel realities, the truth that every outcome already exists, and you don't need to create it, you only need to choose it. You're taught to believe reality is fixed, that life unfolds in a linear path. But in truth, reality is fluid. It's responsive. It's not happening to you, it's happening through you. And the version you live inside is dictated by your frequency. Each parallel reality has a different emotional signature, a different identity, a different set of beliefs. And whichever one matches your state becomes the one you experience. This is why change can feel instant or impossible. If you stay in the same energetic pattern, even your boldest actions can lead to the same results. But if you shift your identity, your emotional baseline, your expectations, you jump tracks. Not by effort, but by embodiment. You don't have to wait years for transformation. You only have to match the version of you who's already living what you desire. Think of a time when your life changed quickly. Maybe you fell in love overnight, lost everything in a day, landed an opportunity you never expected. That wasn't random. That was a timeline jump, a vibrational shift that collapsed time and rewrote your experience. The field doesn't need time. It needs clarity. Once you lock into a new self-concept, a new pattern of thought and feeling, the entire structure of your life begins to mirror that reality. This is why the law of parallel realities is so powerful and so overlooked. People try to force change from the same level of consciousness that created the problem. They try to fix their life without becoming someone new. But nothing outside can shift until the version of you doing the living changes. Not because life is stubborn, but because it's exact. It will always match the you who's showing up. So the question isn't, how do I get there? It's, who do I need to be now? Step into that energy. Think the thoughts that version thinks. Make decisions from their clarity. Speak as if you've already arrived, because in the quantum field, you have. It's only your attachment to the old self that's keeping you on the old track. The law of parallel realities doesn't ask for effort, it asks for alignment. For courage to let go of the version of you who fit the life you no longer want. And once you do, you don't change the world, you simply shift into the version where the world is already different. There's a hidden force that shapes your reality more than action ever could. It's not intensity, it's not strategy, it's not even clarity, it's resistance. Or, more specifically, the absence of it. This is the law of non-resistance, the principle that whatever you stop fighting stops controlling you. Whatever you stop resisting begins to flow, and the more you allow, the more life begins to move on your behalf. You've been conditioned to resist, to push against, to control. When something doesn't look how you want it to, your first instinct is to fix it, fight it, or flee from it. That reaction might feel productive, but energetically, it does the opposite. Resistance locks you in. It holds you in the very vibration of the thing you're trying to escape. What you judge, you bind yourself to. What you resist persists. Most people try to change their reality while actively resisting what is. They say, "I want abundance," while hating their current lack. They say, "I want love," while resenting the loneliness. But the field doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your frequency. And resistance is a frequency of tension, of separation, of mistrust. It says to the universe, "I don't trust where I am, and I don't believe I'll get where I want to be." So it mirrors that back, and the loop continues. Non-resistance doesn't mean complacency. It doesn't mean you give up your vision. It means you stop making an enemy of your current experience. The pressure lifted, not because you stopped caring, but because you stopped resisting. That's the law. It's not mystical, it's mechanical. To activate the law of non-resistance, you don't need to love where you are. You just need to accept it. Acceptance is not agreement, it's acknowledgement. It's saying, "This is what is, and I allow it to move." That simple shift breaks the tension. It removes the friction. It ends the energetic tug-of-war with your own life. You're not here to overpower reality. You're here to align with it, to create from a state of openness, not contraction. Because the more you soften, the faster life flows. Not because you surrendered your power, but because you finally stepped into it. The law, it's giving you feedback in every moment, through every situation, every delay, every conversation, every result. Most people don't hear it, not because it's not there, but because they're not listening through the right lens. They're interpreting life as happening to them, instead of reflecting them. But once you understand the mirror, you realize something powerful. Your current reality is a report, a readout, a calibration tool. And if you know, it's showing you exactly what part of your energy is still unclear, still conditional, still unconsciously attached to the old identity. When you look at your life as feedback instead of fact, everything becomes malleable. You stop reacting to what's showing up and start reading it. If a pattern keeps repeating, it's not the universe testing you. It's a signal that something in your vibration is still broadcasting that pattern as normal. If people keep treating you a certain way, it's a direct match. To shift the reflection, you don't need to control the outer world. You just need to shift the inner frequency. But you can't shift what you don't see. That's why the audit matters. It's not about self-blame. It's about self-awareness. When something triggers you, ask, "What is this showing me about what I've been believing?" When something flows effortlessly, ask, "What was I embodying that made this feel inevitable?" These questions turn your life. And when you learn how to read the report, you learn how to rewrite the code, not by force, but by frequency, with clarity, with intention, with power. Most people create from a place of need. They want the money because they feel broke. They want love because they feel alone. They want clarity because they feel lost. And while there's nothing wrong with wanting more, the energy behind the wanting shapes what comes next. When you create from need, you reinforce the very state you're trying to escape. The signal you send is, "This is missing," and you're saying, "This is who I already am, and this is how it wants to be expressed." The energy behind the creation is everything. Need contracts. Vision expands. Need creates pressure. Vision creates momentum. One keeps you chasing. The other calls things to you effortlessly. And the universe isn't responding to need, it responds to state. So, when your state is need, your signal is resistance. But when your state is vision, your signal is embodiment. Creating from vision means stepping into the version of you who doesn't need the outcome. The days you acted out of desperation, how the results felt forced or scattered, and the days you moved from inspiration, from vision, how everything seemed to unfold with ease. That wasn't coincidence. That was the field responding to the difference in your signal. Let it replace your desperation with direction. Because when you stop creating from lack and start creating from alignment, you stop chasing results and start becoming the reason they show up. Manifestation isn't something you do once in a while. It's not reserved for vision boards, full moons, or moments of crisis. It's happening all the time, consciously or unconsciously. Every thought, every emotion, every assumption, this sending a signal into the field. Most people don't realize this. They treat manifestation like a tool to use when they want something specific, instead of understanding that it's the very structure through which reality is shaped. The truth is, you're already manifesting. The only question is, are you doing it by design or by default? When manifestation becomes your default mode of operation, you stop waiting for special moments to align. You live aligned. You move through the world as someone who knows their energy is always creating, whether they're aware of it or not. It's no longer about getting into alignment. It's about staying there, not as a task, but as a lifestyle. Most people live by reaction. They shift their energy based on what shows up. If life feels good, they're magnetic. If it feels heavy, they collapse. Their vibration rises and falls depending on the external. But creators live the other way around. They generate their state first. They hold the tone and let the world catch up. To make manifestation your default, you must begin by owning that you are always in the process of creation. Your current reality is the echo of your past signal, so you stop blaming circumstances. You stop judging results. You start treating everything as feedback, not failure. You adjust your signal, not your surroundings, and you do it consistently. That consistency is what turns intention into identity. You're no longer just setting goals. You're becoming the version of you who expects results to match your vibration. You're not forcing outcomes. You're aligning so deeply that the outcomes begin to feel inevitable. Because your inner world no longer fluctuates with outer conditions. You've touched this before. The days when you didn't try but everything flowed. The times when you simply knew something would happen, and it did. That was your default state, aligning before doubt, before overthinking, before you interrupted the process. This doesn't mean perfection. It means presence, awareness, owning your role as the transmitter at all times. You take responsibility for the energy you walk in, the frequency you speak from, and the assumptions you live inside. And when misalignment shows up, you recalibrate. Not out of panic, but out of precision. Manifestation as a default isn't about trying harder. It's about becoming unavailable for anything that contradicts your chosen reality. You don't chase. You don't explain. You live in the knowing that life is always mirroring you. And when that knowing becomes normal, when alignment becomes your baseline, manifestation stops being a practice. It becomes who you are effortlessly, consistently, naturally, because you finally remembered. You were never waiting for the magic. You were it all along. In the beginning, no one sees it. Not because it isn't there, but because it doesn't match their current lens. When you step into the energy of a creator, when you begin to hold yourself differently, speak from a deeper knowing, and move as if your reality is already aligned, the world doesn't always applaud. Often it questions. Sometimes it resists. Because people don't recognize creators at first. You've shifted, but they're still relating to the version of you they remember. The one who doubted, the one who delayed, the one who played small. But you didn't shift for recognition. You shifted for resonance. You didn't rise to be seen. You rose because it was time. And in the early stages of embodiment, you must learn to walk through the silence, to hold your frequency without needing anyone to mirror it back yet. Because recognition always lags behind vibration. When you start living as the version of you who already has it, reality begins to rearrange quietly, slowly, then suddenly. But people see in patterns. They see you through the lens of how you've been, not how you're becoming. So they might question your calm. They might not understand your decisions. They might even distance themselves, not because you're wrong, but because your new frequency is no longer familiar. That's when many people falter. They retreat. They shrink to become legible again, to make others comfortable, to not feel alone in their expansion. But creators don't shrink for validation. They lead from alignment. They allow others to catch up in their own time, while remaining anchored in who they've chosen to become. Eventually, the field catches up. Reality reflects the shift. The outcomes land. The evidence becomes undeniable. And suddenly, those who couldn't see it before now act as if it was always obvious. But it wasn't. You made it obvious by being it long enough that the world had no choice but to recognize it. People don't recognize creators until the external proof matches the internal power. But creators don't wait for recognition to stay aligned. They don't need applause to remain magnetic. They walk in the quiet, knowing that their frequency will do the talking. And when it does, it speaks volumes. You've already felt this already. A moment where you stood in your truth and no one understood. A time when your growth made others uncomfortable. And yet, something inside you stayed steady. That steadiness was the signal. And that signal was already building the new timeline, even if no one else could see it yet. So if people don't recognize your power, your vision, your transformation, don't let that pull you out of alignment. Let it deepen your embodiment. Because the more fully you become the creator, the more undeniable you become. And when the reflection finally arrives, you won't be surprised. You'll just smile because you knew who you were before they ever did. There comes a point on the journey where the effort ends. Not because you stop creating, but because you've become the creation. You no longer reach for the vision, you are the vision. There's nothing left to prove, nothing to chase, nothing to wait for. You've stabilized in your frequency so fully that reality doesn't test you anymore. It reflects you. This is the final integration, the moment when all of life begins to bow, not to your force, but to your frequency. At this stage, alignment is no longer a practice. It's your presence. You don't wake up wondering how to get back into the right state. You are the state. You carry it. You radiate it. The identity you used to try on like a costume is now your second skin. There's no gap between what you feel and what you receive. Life has become a direct, instant mirror because your signal has become unwavering. You no longer manifest in bursts. You live in sustained magnetism. What once took effort now unfolds with grace. People move differently around you. Opportunities arrive without you having to ask. Your reality stops resisting because there's nothing in you left to resist. You're no longer split between who you are and who you're becoming. You've become whole. The final integration isn't loud. It doesn't come with fireworks or applause. It comes in quiet, steady confirmation. The kind that shows up in the details, in the ease of conversations, in the timing of events, in the way your body relaxes, even in uncertainty. You stop bracing. You stop checking. You stop wondering if it's working. You know it is, because you are it. And what's wild is that nothing external has changed that much. Not at first, but because you have changed, the entire world begins to reorganize. People say things like, "There's something different about you." They feel it, even if they can't name it. That something is your integrated field. You've stopped trying to be aligned, and now you simply are. And the world bows to that. It bows not in submission, but in response. It meets your frequency with opportunities that match it, with people who mirror it, with timelines that honor it. You don't force this harmony. You've become the tuning fork, and life tunes to you. This is what you've been building toward. Not just manifestation, but embodiment. Not just a moment of magic, but a lifetime of coherence. You no longer worry about how things will happen. You trust that they must, because the law of resonance cannot be broken, not when your frequency is this clear. And so you walk through life differently, not with arrogance, but with ease, with stillness, with the quiet power of someone who no longer waits to be chosen, because they are the chosen one. Chosen by self, chosen by frequency, chosen by the life that now rises to meet them, again and again. Not because they demanded it, but because they finally became the match. You don't do the creator code, you become it. It's not a method you turn to when things fall apart, or a practice you pick up when you need a breakthrough. It's not a morning routine, a journaling habit, or a manifestation trick. Those can all support you, but the code itself, it's deeper. It's not something you apply, it's something you embody. The creator code is an identity, and once you choose it, everything in your life begins to bend to match it. Most people treat their power like a switch. They turn it on in moments of clarity and off when doubt creeps in. They align for a few hours, then collapse into the old self the second something goes wrong. And so, their reality reflects that inconsistency, a mix of desire and hesitation, potential and panic. But the creator doesn't operate from fluctuation. The creator lives from foundation, an unwavering decision about who they are, regardless of what shows up. When you live from identity, you don't ask if it's working. You don't wait for proof. You don't shift based on conditions. You hold. You lead. You are. And the field responds to that solidity, with results that feel inevitable, not because you micromanaged the path, but because your identity was clear. The creator code isn't about control, it's about coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, actions, and embodiment all say the same thing, I am the one who creates this reality. There's no space left for contradiction. That's when manifestation becomes natural. That's when timelines collapse. That's when what used to take months now takes days. Because your frequency is no longer asking for permission, it's transmitting authority. You felt this before. The moment you stopped performing and just decided the day you dropped into a knowing so deep no doubt could shake it. That's identity. That's what the creator code points you toward. Not a perfect process, but a powerful posture. You're not here to try harder. You're here to become louder in your energy, more grounded in your truth, more unavailable for the narratives that belong to a smaller you. This is the shift from occasional alignment to permanent embodiment. It's not a part-time vibration. It's who you are when you walk into the room, when you write, when you speak, when you move. You are no longer practicing, you are living it. And when the world sees that, it doesn't need convincing. It follows your lead. So stop asking what to do next. Start asking who to be next. Because the creator code is not a checklist. It's a frequency, a decision, a self-image that speaks to the field louder than any technique ever could. And when you wear it like skin, not to perform, but because it's the truth, you stop chasing outcomes. You start becoming the force that makes outcomes chase you. Always, instantly, unapologetically. Struggle feels noble. It feels earned. For most of your life, you were taught that struggle is the price of success, the path to transformation, the badge of honor for those who wanted enough. And so you wore it like a uniform. You equated suffering with worth. You believed the harder it was, the more real it must be. But here's the truth. Struggle is not sacred. It's familiar, and its time is over. Because the end of struggle isn't the end of growth. It's the beginning of sovereignty. Sovereignty is the state of remembering that you are the source. Not the beggar, not the seeker, not the one waiting to be rescued. It's not about control, it's about command. It's the inner shift from pushing against life to aligning with it, where you no longer chase peace, you embody it. You no longer try to deserve your desires. You own them. You stop outsourcing your power to circumstances, people, or the illusion of timing. And, instead, ground into the knowing that reality bends to your frequency, not your suffering. Most people live in struggle because struggle gives them identity. It keeps them busy. It gives them something to fight. But that fight becomes a cycle, one where even when things start to work, there's a quiet panic. Can I keep this? Did I earn this? What if it all disappears? Because when you're addicted to struggle, ease feels unfamiliar. And what feels unfamiliar gets rejected, no matter how aligned it might be. The birth of sovereignty begins when you realize you no longer need to earn your freedom through pain. You no longer need to prove your value through exhaustion. You begin to move through life from stillness instead of urgency, clarity instead of chaos. You take action, but not from lack. You receive, but not from guilt. You lead, but not from performance. And in that shift, everything changes. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped resisting ease. Sovereignty doesn't mean every moment is perfect. It means every moment is yours. You are the authority of your experience, the architect of your vibration, the gatekeeper of your energy. You decide what's allowed to stay, what's allowed to shape you, what version of you gets to walk into the day. And when struggle ends, truly ends, not just in behavior, but in belief, there's a spaciousness that opens, a silence, a calm certainty. This is where power begins, quiet, rooted, undeniable. The kind of power that doesn't fight for a seat at the table. It becomes the table. You didn't come here to prove yourself through suffering. You came here to remember yourself through sovereignty. You came here to create, to lead, to hold a frequency so coherent that the world can't help but respond. The end of struggle isn't a retreat. It's a return to the place where power was never something you had to chase. It was always something you were meant to remember. And now you have.